And now we're going to move on to the first talk and also the video of E-Mobility Taiwan 2035. I'm Andrea Wu from Taitra. I'm the MC today.
Of 2035 E-Mobility Taiwan. 各位朋友
Ladies and gentlemen, what do you see the future of mobility for human beings? To begin, we have a video for you. Let's have a look.
Wings like eagles, we invented airplanes to soar through the sky using our intelligence. Even though we are not built like fish, we invented boats to sail through the waves, applying our intelligence. Even though we don't have speed like cheetahs, we invented cars to race across the land, tapping our intelligence. Intelligence pushes us forward and leads us to the end of the universe. But the marks of the march also leave scars on our beautiful planet. The dark smoke in the sky blackens birds' plumage. The oil leakage in the ocean greases dead fishes' bellies. The waste on land buries the feet of animals. Does our march build on environmental destruction? Just as we utilize our intelligence to create various vehicles of transportation, we will also use it to build a sustainable environment to protect future generations. 14 years ago, due to the prevalence of smartphones, we ushered in the era of intelligent communication, and communication technology has reached new heights ever since. 14 years from now, in 2035, when we enter the generation of intelligent mobility, from communication to mobility, distance will be redefined and mobility more extensively covered, thus creating a more sustainable future. In 2021, we have faith. In 2035, we can make it happen.
请让我们欢迎主办单位外贸。
Now, please welcome Chairman of Taitra, Mr. James Huang, to the stage to give us an opening talk.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 2035 E-Mobility Taiwan. 14 years ago, smart mobile phones revolutionized the industry and changed the way we live forever. 14 years from now, smart mobile vehicles can do the same. On our way to carbon neutral, smart mobile vehicles can help us get there faster. E-mobility offers endless possibilities. More than just transportation, they will become an extension of our living space, a mobile office, a mobile living room, a mobile hub that connects us both digitally and physically. In moving toward this future, Taiwan offers a special advantage. Just like in the smartphone industry, Taiwan's ICT, semiconductor, and EV supply chain can help drive the global e-mobility industry forward. A friend, partner, and ally to car makers, tech companies, and startups everywhere. Taiwan offers all the essentials to help make the world's e-mobility dream come true. A friend, partner, and ally you can count on. Hardware, software, platform integration is all here at E-Mobility Taiwan. Top innovators and manufacturers are here to demonstrate their innovations and solutions in 5 major areas: moving, autonomizing, connecting, interacting, and sharing. A complete e-mobility ecosystem. The opportunity to form cross-border and cross-industry cooperation is crucial for success. At E-Mobility Taiwan, we aim to facilitate opportunities for partnerships and alliances. We are providing a platform for international exchange, learning, networking, and most of all, businesses. Startup businesses are at the forefront of innovation. In e-mobility sector, startups are constantly pushing new limits and creating new opportunities. At our future startup pavilion, we have 10 startup companies from around the world to present to you their latest solutions for charging battery, performance, artificial intelligence, LiDAR resolution, and fleet management. They are the finalists of our Global Demo Day, co-hosted with Epoch Foundation. This year, we have 89 teams from 26 countries. At tomorrow's International Smart Mobility Forum, we can hear some of the industry's leading experts share their insights and trend outlooks. We have an electric mix of industry, government, and academic speakers from around the world, including MIH, ARM, STMicron, Siemens, Microsoft, and Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Meanwhile, we've launched an EV Academy to foster the growth of the global e-mobility ecosystem. Our courses are designed to facilitate international cross-industry collaborations. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the start of the golden age for e-mobility. It's the perfect time for us to embrace change and the opportunities that comes with it. 2035 E-Mobility Taiwan is the perfect menu for us to combine our strengths to build a better future. Together, let's start a journey to a greener and better future. Thank you.
Thank you.
Now, please allow me to say a few words in Mandarin. 各位贵宾，我要代表外贸。
On behalf of Taitra, I would like to sincerely thank you for your great support from the government, from the industry associations, and also for all the exhibitors. After we lower the alert level in September, in just 1 month, it's due to collective efforts from different parties in the industry that we can make today's exhibition possible, that we gather a lot of industry leaders in our show, including MIH, EV Open Platform, who is going to launch 3 new models. We also have MTARC, Delta Electronics, Light-On, TECO, Master Transportation, Datong, RAC. They're all here during the show. And here I would like to especially show my gratitude to 2 guests joining us today, including Rong Jinshen, Vice Premier of Executive Yuan, who's been sparing no efforts to promoting the development of EVs here in Taiwan. The other guest is a very special guest, I have to say. Aged 93 years old, he is the founder of the Changchun Group, Mr. Su Honglin. And the show actually started from this copper foil in my hand. I went to Mr. Lin's office 2 years ago, and Mr. Lin handed me this copper foil, a very essential material for EV battery. And he told me he saw an explosive development for EVs, so encouraged me to help promote the development of EVs, not only here in Taiwan, but also in the world. We know that Changchun is one of the leading company in producing copper foils and also EV batteries. So I really have to thank Mr. Lin for his encouragement. I would like to thank Mr. Shen, Vice Premier, for his great support. That's why we could be here today for the opening of 2035 E-Mobility Taiwan. And thank you once again. I would like to wish our show and also the forum tomorrow every success. I'm very much looking forward to that. So this will be a perfect show for you. Thank you once again. Thank you, James, for your talk. Ladies and gentlemen, next I would like to welcome Mr. Jeremy Cornforth, Deputy Director of AIT, to also share a few words on the stage with us. Let's welcome him.
Vice Minister Shen, Vice Minister Lin, Chairman Huang, distinguished speakers, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. 大家好.
好.
Thank you for inviting me to participate in this forum. It is an honor for me to give remarks on behalf of the American Institute in Taiwan at the opening ceremony of the 2035 E-Mobility Taiwan Trade Show. First, let me congratulate Taitra Chairman Huang and his team for their tremendous efforts in organizing what I'm sure will be an outstanding event. It's very impressive.
Thank you.
I would also like to thank Chairman Huang and the entire team at Taitra for being a remarkable partner to AIT. Over the years, Taitra and AIT have collaborated on numerous impactful initiatives to promote bilateral trade and investment and strengthen the supply chain and its security between the United States and Taiwan. In fact, later this month, at the Indo-Pacific Business Forum, AIT and Taitra will highlight U.S.-Taiwan cooperation on strengthening global EV supply chains. It is clear today that we are at a tipping point. EVs will replace traditional gasoline-powered vehicles. People in both the United States and Taiwan are now asking themselves, what type of vehicle will I buy next? Will it be gasoline-powered or electric? As our world changes, we need to make a choice. Will we continue on the same path, or will we build back better? In the United States, President Biden issued an executive order in August with a stated goal that half of all new vehicles sold by 2030 should be electric. This is truly significant, as the United States is the world's second largest auto market, with approximately 15 million autos sold annually. Similarly, and not surprisingly, the August executive order followed on the heels of a January order in which President Biden singled out industrial batteries as one of the 4 key sectors where the United States needs to reconsider its supply chain strategy. And batteries, of course, are the heart and soul of EVs. In response to both the Biden administration's call to build resilient supply chains and U.S. industry's own changing preferences, the commercial team at AIT has been working hard to encourage Taiwan companies that are part of the EV supply chain to invest in the United States, where there are tremendous opportunities to expand their businesses. In June of this year, AIT's commercial team organized a priority track of meetings for 17 Taiwan EV supply chain companies considering investing or expanding their investments in the United States. As part of the event, AIT later connected Taiwanese EV component firms with U.S. automakers and bus makers interested in better understanding their products. Of course, the most famous example of U.S.-Taiwan cooperation on the EV supply chain is Tesla. It's no secret that Tesla relies heavily on Taiwan suppliers for many of its EV parts. AIT hopes to see Taiwan EV component manufacturers equally integrated into U.S. supply chains as U.S. traditional car makers shift deeper into EV manufacturing. Foxconn's recent acquisition of a Lordstown, Ohio manufacturing plant is a great first step in this direction. At the same time, At this inflection point for the global automotive industry, there will be new entrants. As such, we are also seeking opportunities to introduce U.S. companies to take part in the open EV platform, shown right over here, being built by Foxconn's MIH. This open platform will surely support the growth of the entire EV market. In terms of upcoming events, my team is organizing in the first quarter of 2022 an EV seminar where experts will be presenting on U.S. investment laws, taxes, and local incentives. The event will be designed to help potential investors understand more about the U.S. investment landscape. We further invite you to join the 2022 Select USA Investment Summit. The event will be held in person from June 26th to 29 of next year in Washington, D.C. Our team will again focus on integrating reliable Taiwan automotive suppliers into the U.S. automotive supply chain. For more information about these events, please contact our commercial section chief, Brent Omdahl, sitting right back there, who's with me here today. In closing, let me say that we are very fortunate to have with us today some of the most forward-looking businesses in the world looking on EVs. I have full confidence that Taiwan-U.S. cooperation will be successful in its goal to restructure global supply chains and expand bilateral industry collaboration. My team at AIT stands ready to assist you and your companies with your plans to invest in the United States. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Kwon, for your sharing. 接下来我们
Ladies and gentlemen, next we would like to welcome Vice Minister MOEA Chen Neng-Lin to the stage.
好，我们今天主办单位外贸协会黄董事长、行政院沈副院长、各位在座业界的先进贵宾跟媒体女士们，大家早安。
早。
我想首先要代表经济部跟产业界感谢我们外贸协会。 真的是排除万难，我们在疫情的这个冲击底下，能够有今天来这个举办我们第1届的台湾国际智慧移动展。那这个是一个非常非常重要的平台。为什么说是一个重要的平台？因为将我们台湾在智慧移动的科技所展现出来的技术，包括我们的整车供应链体系的优秀的技术产品，透过这个平台展现给全球所有国家跟厂商。 能够了解台湾优秀的产品，这是一个非常重要的平台。我们可以把我们的产品透过这个平台，能够来做市场的拓展。那第二个，我也要这个代表产业界感谢我们行政院沈副院长。犹记得在2、3个月前，我们几乎每一天，应该说每一周都会有1、2天到副院长、行政院的这个会议室来讨论整个台湾在这样的一个发展趋势底下，我们的智慧。 跟电动化的一个车辆产业的发展，我想没有副院长的一个奋斗不懈的精神，大家应该也看不到我们现在产业界所产生出来这样优秀的产品。非常感谢副院长来指导我们。那我在这边要跟诸位报告，因为这样的一个趋势发展底下，我们看到在整个过去10几年来，我们看到4个。
We've seen 4 very different, very important trends. It's like networking. And autonomous driving. The third is sharing, and then electronic vehicles. So these are 4 very important trends in the future for the e-mobility industry. And we will have a lot of product pertaining to these 4 trends. Now for the e-mobility technology in Taiwan it's very prosper and booming. And for these technologies is actually combined with the existing technology in Taiwan. For networking, we have 5G, we have communication technology, we have big data. All these are incorporated to form new creative e-mobility options. So I would like to talk about what MOEA is going to do, how to work with the industry to transform these technology into outstanding product and actually enter the international market. Now we have a lot of creations and innovations, just like James Wan talked about how we have MN Talk. We have this platform working with MOEA, like the Bureau of Industry, and then A+. We all support the industry to actually build spare parts and whole cars. So this energy in research and development is actually trying to create a very sound and wholesome testing environment for automobiles. So what we're trying to do is that we're going to build a testing environment for our electric vehicles in the future. First of all, we'll have a network for all types of vehicles. So these autonomous vehicles will be able to go from 50 kilometers per hour to 150 kilometers per hour. And then we will have a very standardized spare part. And then we'll have a very diverse testing environment for all types of vehicles and powertrains, so that we'll be able to have a SOP for all types of vehicles. And then we want a smart management system as well. We want a complete testing system for all our vehicles in Taiwan, so that from spare parts to modules to whole car testing, we'll be able to complete this in Taiwan as a chain. So we have network and we have a smart devices, and all these needs a very comprehensive regulation for it to happen. So we have an innovation bill. We have 11 projects on related issues. So this is definitely something we would like to do, so that our product that we create will be able to actually respond to the need of the market. As through those testing, we'll be able to strengthen, enhance the quality and functionality of these automobiles and vehicles. So we have to work with the government, or NCC. We have to work together closely, and we have to build a system from the government to the private sectors. And all these partnerships and collaboration will be able to help facilitate and improve the environment in Taiwan for our electric vehicles. So this is a great platform, because we'll be able to see a lot of excellent and outstanding product, so that we will be able to showcase our excellent breakthroughs on the international stage. Thank you. Thank you. Now we're going to ask our guest. Now, he has planted a seed 2 years ago for e-mobility. Now, 2 years later, we're here today. So let's give a big hand to Mr. Lin Shuhong, Chairman of Changchun Group. James, distinguished guests, and our representative from AIT, and our Vice Premier Shen. Friends, welcome. I have a chemical background, and what does that have to do with automobiles, though? Well, I think that the most popular issue at the moment is that, first of all, how can we reduce global warming? This is definitely the priority for all countries, all governments, and all companies. And it is going to be an even more popular subject in the near future. Second is electric products. I think that we should actually think, like 28 years ago, there is a gentleman who has actually delved into the research in Japan, and he served at Sony for a period. He's a researcher, and he actually talked about lithium batteries. And people didn't really think it is very important. It was not important research back then, did not attract a lot of attention. But later, Sony actually implemented the lithium battery technology into small batteries. But for the past few years, we have used these lithium batteries in automobiles. It has been 22 years since the launch of lithium battery. Well, Tesla actually used this battery on their automobile. So I went to their cells, and then I looked at the batteries. I think it is actually a very complicated system, because, you know, battery has been here for 200 years. But lithium battery is definitely a revolutionary innovation. So then the cars would go 60 kilograms per hour, meters per hour, and or 100 per hour. Now we have, last year, because due to the pandemic outbreak, we have 65 million cars. Now this year is 80 million. But last year we have 3 million cars. And this year, 5 million. So every year the number is growing. So in 2025, we would think we would reach 18 million cars. So 60% of the cars will be produced from these big automakers. So these electric vehicles, what do they have to do with Taiwan? Well, because we do a lot of spare parts and motors or electric management systems in Taiwan. In Taiwan, small and medium enterprises, they have this core competence in these systems. So I do believe that the industries in Taiwan will be able to take part in the electric vehicle market very soon. So I think Vice Premier Shen, he has been following the development of electric vehicles from the very beginning. And he has definitely prompted development of the e-mobility transportation. So I have faith in the electric vehicle industry in Taiwan, and I do believe it would profit many more industries in Taiwan. If Taiwan did not catch up in 3 to 5 years, probably we would not be able to catch up at all in the future. So, in my opinion, Taiwan is not just has outstanding technology in electric vehicles. We have a lot of things that can be embedded with electric devices. And they can go hand in hand with the current programs. Because, with electricity, there would be heat, there would be temperature problems. and then we have to actually improve battery performance. We will be facing failures and success, and we'll have to modify on as we go. Just like the batteries that we use in flashlights. In the past, we have these large batteries, but now the batteries are getting smaller and smaller. Or 46 millimeter batteries. And so now we have these automated production line for batteries. Just like Jeremy said, because for the electric vehicles, 40% of the cost goes to battery. Battery is the heart of electric vehicles. So we're able to sell cars and more cars if we have a better battery performance. So that's what we have to find solution to. So for 1.4 million cars that we like exports, and then we have like 900,000 domestic use. So I think, there's a lot of potential in the market. So that's what I think. So because of time constraint, I would not go into more detail, but thank you for the opportunity to be here with all of you, and I wish the conference all success. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Lin, and thank you for his effort 2 years ago, and that's why we're here today to share our services, to network with other industries, and hopefully you'll be able to stay later and look at the products at our exhibition. Now we're going to welcome Vice Premier Shen as the driver of the e-mobility transportation in Taiwan. James Huang from Taitra, Jeremy from AIT, and Mr. Lin, the Vice Minister of Ministry of Economic Affairs, Ms. Josephine from EPOC Foundation, and Dr. Hu from Mobility Taiwan Automotive Research Consortium. Of course, our Mr. Lin, Chairman of Changchun Group, and Mr. Lin from Taiwan Electric and Electronics Manufacturers Association, friends from the media, good morning. I am happy to participate in 2035 E-Mobility Taiwan, held by Taitra. Here, I would like to thank James Huang for his dedication and persistence. Because of the outbreak of the pandemic, we have been under a lot of restrictions. And now that the restrictions are loosened a little and James grasped the opportunity to host the exhibition to demonstrate the technology and innovation of Taiwan to the world. When we talk about electric vehicles, on Monday, Foxconn has actually announced a cooperation with Yulong. They established a MIH platform. This MIH platform is to integrate these high-tech automobiles locally and overseas. Within a year, on Monday, they announced 3 different models here at Nangang Exhibition Hall. Now, Model C is of a more moderate priced model. And then we have a flagship model. Model P is electric bus. So as we can see, in mere 12 months, they have actually launched 3 electric vehicles. This shows what Foxconn and Yulong's cooperation has achieved great success. Foxconn knows information and technology and communication, and Yulong has the manufacturer know-how. So together they have launched 3 models of electric vehicles and announced a new era for electric vehicles in Taiwan. When we talk about electric vehicles, because of our engine for our gasoline-based automobiles, we have actually lost to the international automakers, but we excel in the manufacturing of motors. We have great powertrains. Stator and rotor has actually become a supplier of Tesla. Like Hota Industrial is also a supplier for Tesla, and Delta is also a supplier for international automakers. So I do believe that in the future, government believes in the potential of electric vehicles. In 2037, the overall output of the electric vehicle will surpass traditional gasoline-based automobiles. And it would be 2.3 times more than cell phones. So the estimated would be $2 trillion of sales. So this is a brand new industry, a booming industry, and we must make sure we catch up to the trend and not lag behind. So we have incorporated foundations and institutions, and we have a integrated platform of all industries so that we have 10 systems for electric vehicles. So we want to actually make a list of all these technologies and things that we still need to dedicate our research and development energy on, so that we will be able to build a thriving and prosperous industry. We bridge the gaps and connect to the international world. So we have an A+ project. So we have an MIH platform, and we would all pool our efforts together to offer a great opportunity for the electric vehicles in Taiwan. So we have a pioneer project for electric buses. So as we see, master transportation, and we have others from representatives from RAC. So we have this pioneer program. So we were able to actually cultivate our core competence on the international stage. So we have Model T. MIT Model T has actually received the safety and functionality testing. Now we have actually started the endurance testing. for 29 kilometers. So I think very soon we'll be able to see this model being put to use in public transportation. As for government agencies, the Ministry of Finance actually announced that they would be able to actually cut down on the commodity tax. So with all our effort, this new industry will be able to thrive in Taiwan and actually lead and drive the economy in Taiwan. So I would like to, again, thank James and his team for organizing this exhibition, and I wish the exhibition all the success, and I hope you all healthy and wealth. Thank you. So I'm going to ask our Vice Premier to stay on stage. Now I'm going to ask all our distinguished guests and our officials to come onto the stage to take a group photo and launch the ceremony. Let's welcome James Huang, Chairman of Taitra, and the Vice Minister of Economic Affairs, Mr. Lin from Chairman Changchun Group, and Mr. Amelia from Bureau of Foreign Trade, Mr. Zhou, Secretary General of Industrial Development Bureau, Ms. Josephine, President, Apple Foundation, Mr. Hu, Mobility Taiwan Automotive Research Consortium, and Dr. Zhuang from Chairman, Taipei World Trade Center. Let's welcome them onto the stage. I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and please stand to your side and put your hand on the spots on the screen. There are these light spots on the screen. Put your hand on the screen and then launch the exhibition for today.
5 E-Mobility Taiwan. 大家准备好了吗？
Are you ready?
3, 2, 1, go!
The 2035 E-Mobility Exhibition begins. Please step forward. We'll take a group photo. Can you take off your face mask so that we'll be able to take a picture of this memorable moment? Can you raise your right hand and now we see the sign 3, and your left hand for 5 fingers. These indicates the 5 programs, and 3 and 5 also indicates the 2035 E-Mobility Taiwan. Please take a look at our friends from the media in the middle. Please take a look at the media from on your left. And now on your right, the media friends on your right. Can you look at the media in the middle? Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for participating in the launching ceremony of the exhibition. Now, if you wish to actually take a tour of our product, we offer simultaneous interpretation. Please continue to keep your headphones on so you'll be able to listen to the simultaneous interpretation while you participate in our guide. Thank you. Thank you for participating.